What's up, y'all? This your guy Q, and this is a special edition of Carolina Streets TV. This special edition is dedicated to one of the most popular restaurants on the planet, the Waffle House. Now, I can't imagine there isn't one person that's watching this show that has not heard of this restaurant. Now, I'm not here to put a negative light on other restaurants that serve breakfast. I can imagine they're good, but come on, let's be honest. The Waffle House is almost like a second home to everybody. And in my opinion, really, there ain't too many that can come close to them. When you don't feel like getting up and cooking breakfast, or the relatives are visiting from out of town, everything has closed on the holidays, but hell no, not the Waffle House. Could you imagine what their electric bill is like each month? You can't go down the interstate without seeing that sign, or drive within your city limits without seeing that famous sign on. Hell, there's almost one built in every corner, built next to hotels, next to shopping centers. No matter where you are though, there's a Waffle House near you. The Waffle House has become a staple in communities across America. People meet at the Waffle House for all sorts of reasons, but for whatever reason you meet at the Waffle House for, you leave with that WH experience. Celebrities like Shaquille O'Neal, Kid Rock, Mark Wahlberg, Bobby Brown, Richard Petty, just to name a few, has gotten that Waffle House addictive fix. The Waffle House has been featured in many movies like Due Date starring Robert Downey Jr., Tyler Perry's movie Single Moms Club, and also has inspired the Waffle House inspiration in the movie starring Danny Glover called Waffle Street. Go figure. It seems like the Waffle House is the place for almost everything. Let's take a look at the effect the Waffle House has on people, why it's the place to go other than food. I call it the Waffle House effect. It's just a place you, me, your family and friends just go, whether to have fun, eat, shoot music videos, shoot movie scenes. Let's take a look at what the Waffle House has done to people and see why it's loved by so many for a lot of reasons. Let's roll those videos.
Let go. Let go. Let go.
Give me number 2.
Okay.
Number 3.
Number 4.
Legendary.
Oh dear Jesus.
She's got the corn sardine. Whatever she got, I want it.
She is killing it. She got to come and use this to say,
Yeah.
the Waffle House queen.
She is still going. Look.
Run up, bitch, pop. Pop, bounce, pop. Hoes, pop. Pussy, she pop.
Quit copying me, cause you do not know what you doing. Nah, you are not living my life. You are not seeing this bread.
When Joe Rogers Sr. bought a house from Tom Faulkner in Avondale Estates, Georgia in 1949, neither one knew where their relationship would take them. In the mid-1950s, Joe Rogers and Tom Faulkner were neighbors, Joe working for a national restaurant chain, the Tuttle House, and Tom in the local real estate business. Since employee ownership was not available with the Tuttle House, the idea of starting a business they could own and share some ownership with each other seemed like a good idea. Joe and Tom wanted to create a restaurant focused on people, both the associates and customers, while serving quality food at a great value. On Labor Day 1955, their dream became a reality, and the icon was born when the first Waffle House restaurant opened its doors for business in Avondale Estates in Atlanta's suburb. After Unit 1 opened, there were no plans for another unit, but the first restaurant established the Waffle House tradition of providing the friendliest service in town. Customer loyalty developed, and the business grew steadily. A couple of years later, in 1957, Unit 2 was acquired, and by 1961, there were 4 small restaurants. In 1961, Joe left Tuttle House and went work full-time at the Waffle House. Tom went full-time soon after. The 1960s saw the emergence of a restaurant chain focused on customer service with a short order concept and true to its founding beliefs, shared by ownership generously with management. the company began to expand and new units were built in Georgia and neighboring states. The yellow sign soon became a familiar landmark along city streets and interstate highways across the Southeast. Under the guiding philosophy of better before bigger, Waffle House restaurants continue to grow in both new and existing markets. A business success and growth is built off a lot of things, but the two main factors to a successful business is its relationship with people and the quality of their product. Consumers spend billions of dollars each year on products ranging from retail to food. With the amount many consumers spend on products towards these businesses, that particular business begins to see the growth and a financial gain towards their business. No matter how good a product is though, it's how they step up and defy all odds to help their community. When Hurricane Irma hit Florida, it caused mass destruction and a costly destruction. So many people have been displaced from that Category 4 hurricane that rocked the mainland to the small islands that rest on the borders of Florida. People have lost so much from their homes to even, unfortunately, loved ones. Thousands of families have been sleeping in shelters trying to figure out how or when will they be able to get back to a normal way of living. One of the most needed things for these families is food. But these families have no idea if things are getting back to normal until they see or hear that one particular place is open and serving its community, and that's the signs that says the Waffle House. They have been dubbed the Red Cross of food. Some of us may have had good or bad experiences at the Waffle House, but they have built a positive reputation with every community that no matter rain, sleet, snow, fire, or hurricane, the Waffle House will be open and says it's not about money, it's about making sure families are fed. Let's go to ABC Action News in Brandon, Florida, and show you why Hurricane Irma didn't stop the Waffle House from taking care of its community. Roll that video.
It's open! You guys, this is the hottest place right now in town. I've been driving around for maybe about 2 hours this morning. Finally, I just found something open, and let me tell you, there is a line outside. More cars are pulling in right now. Hey, little buddy. I assume, do you guys not have power? You guys have power. You don't have any power? Is that kind of where you driving around trying to find?
We've been looking around for power, I don't know, for what, an hour? I mean, there's just no power, nowhere to eat, nowhere's open. We went to 2 different Steak and Shakes, and neither one of them's open.
So when you saw the Waffle House open...
Yeah, we definitely came here to eat, because we've been under shelter for 2 days because of hurricane.
Can you guys see how excited these people are, especially after, you know, it's been a few stressful days preparing, people buying ice and water, boarding up their homes, some people here without power. So this is literally, this line, keep on coming, guys. We're still going. Oh, and then we wrap around this way. I know, we're almost up. We're at the front of the line.
Nicole, I've never seen
right
somebody,
here.
Nicole, I have never
power.
seen somebody have more fun at a Waffle House than what you're having right now.
We all know the Waffle House stays open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, even open on holidays. I just don't get that. Most of the 1,900 Waffle Houses are located in the southeast of the United States, meaning the company is no stranger to big storms and national disasters. It's a fact that has not escaped the federal government. Okay, now check this out. Some of you may have or not have heard of the Waffle House Index. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, which we all know as FEMA, uses what it calls the Waffle House Index as a barometer for how well an area is recovering from a hurricane. It's a simple gauge to determine the toll Mother Nature has taken on an area. As former FEMA Administrator Greg Fugate explained in a USA Today interview recently, if a Waffle House is closed because there's a disaster, it's bad. Let's go to WFT News Channel 5 for the report and hear Greg Fugate explain more of the Waffle House Index.
All the Waffle Houses in Gainesville are open, but they're only offering a limited menu. One right behind me is on Newberry Road, and the parking lot is slammed.
Yeah, as you come from like UF, you're driving this way, this is the only lights on that has a restaurant that's open.
And legend has it that you can tell how severe a storm will be whether or not your Waffle House is open. Sounds crazy, right? Yeah, I know, but that's the Waffle House Index for you. It's an informal metric used by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, to determine the effect of a storm and the likely scale of assistance required for disaster recovery.
Waffle houses are because they're up and down the interstates and they're in a lot of places, they're not everywhere, but in a lot of places, they tend to be those sentinels of if they're up and running. We may have a lot of damages, but probably not where the search and rescue team need to stop.
Now, the index has 3 levels based on the extent of operations. Green, meaning full menu, the restaurant has power, and damage is limited. Now, yellow is where we're at right now with a limited menu, which means no power or only power from a generator. Or in the case, again, that we're at right now, is that food supplies are low. Now, red is that the restaurant is closed. We hope we never get to that point, but we will keep you updated.
The Waffle House wears its FEMA role as a badge of honor. The company says its goal is to reopen its doors as quickly as possible after a storm passes. And to do this, it brings in extra supplies and has management on standby to help before a storm hits. The company says getting back to business restores a sense of normalcy in storm-impacted areas. No matter what y'all may think of the Waffle House or what experience you may have had at the Waffle House, they have become an icon since their first store in 1955, serving everything from eggs, T-bone steaks, grits, and their signature famous hash browns, and so much more, y'all. Come on now. We have seen that the Waffle House isn't just a place where people can go to have fun, meet up, and talk, hold business meetings, or just have a good breakfast and all that stuff. It has become a place where we know when everybody else closes, the Waffle House is open. Carolina Streets TV wanted to do this unique story because we wanted to say thank you to the Waffle House Corporation, to the incredible staff, and all of the management team at all area Waffle Houses across the United States. We all know it takes profits to keep a business going, but it is nice to know that you took the need of people over profits in the time of a disaster to make sure that your community, where your building stands, can keep people fed. Us doing this story doesn't gain Carolina Streets TV anything. We just appreciate seeing people put the needs of others over their own needs. This is your guy Q, and this has been a special edition of Carolina Streets TV. We'll see you again soon, y'all. Y'all take care. Peace.